Hey guys, Dan here today with a first look at build mode in The Sims Mobile. So as you know by now, The Sims Mobile is an upcoming mobile game based around The Sims, which has been soft launched in a few countries, I think Brazil and Spain, but it has not been launched globally yet. So if you have been following me on YouTube, Twitter and my website, you will know that back in August I went to Gamescom and had a chance to get involved with a feedback session and also record some more footage using a special build of the game. Thankfully, that build let me have a lot of simoleons and a lot of cash. So what I did while exploring all of that is I decided to try and build my, dream house. So that let me kind of experiment with build mode a bit more in The Sims Mobile, but as well check out all of the expensive things in the game that you get at higher levels, or that you need to use sim cash in the in-game purchasable currency to buy as well. So I thought that was a good opportunity because I think a lot of you guys would like to be able to see the sort of content you get there, because it takes time to get to, a lot of effort, and even sometimes with the stuff that costs with the premium currency, also money as well. So it's important to remember that the things that do cost money in game don't necessarily limit your gameplay or stop you from being able to complete things. It's a lot more for aesthetics and other various things. So as you can see, what we're doing now is I have cleared a lot of land around this house. So when you first get the game, you have a set space that you can build in, and you can gradually add more rooms the more you level up and complete quests, etc. And in here I've cleared a lot of land so that we can build as much as we want, and I've started placing in some basic room shapes and gone round adding some items to the exterior. Now it is important to note that the build mode you are seeing here is now very different. So at its core, still very much the same, the way you add rooms, the way you place furniture, but the actual user interface of it has changed in the latest update, and I will be making another video showing you the newer build mode as well very, very soon. But I didn't want to be able to miss out on showing you this dream house that I built. Now, when I say dream house, I should probably use that word lightly, because to be honest, the house looks like crap. it's not anything you'd see in The Sims 4, and it's also important to note at the moment everything is only one story as well, so it's more of a dream bungalow more so than a dream mansion or a house. But I had a lot of fun just experimenting with all the different room shapes, the different doors, and also a lot of the furniture as well, and different colour schemes to try and make like a little family home, I guess, without having to worry about spending money or using my hard-earned simoleons. Now, as you can see here, the UI on the left here lets you kind of go in, drag and drop things in and place it in. During this early access build, bearing in mind this was in August, and early access was, still a bit temperamental in places, and from trying out the new build mode, they've resolved a lot of the things here that I wasn't as happy with. So that's really, really good to see that they're listening to the feedback and implementing this, I guess, before it goes live. So at least from what I've seen, it seems like they really want to make sure that this is solid before just releasing it out, which is why it's not available everywhere. As much as I wish it was available everywhere, that would be awesome. But you can see here, it's just very, very easy. You literally drag and drop things into the game. You can choose tons of different wallpapers. There's a mix of stuff that just costs simoleons, there's some that costs in-game currency to get you access to it, and once you've paid it, you can just place it down wherever you want. Lots of different types of flooring, door designs, and a lot of them as well come from The Sims 4 itself, so you can see a lot of consistency in the way things look. Obviously just slightly different because it's a mobile version, and it is still a room-based system like with The Sims 4. You can drag and drop rooms, you can move them, change their sizes, and it just allows a lot more flexibility. And at least for me, I find it a lot easier to build and a lot more enjoyable to build in The Sims Mobile than I do with The Sims Freeplay. Sims Freeplay is still really powerful and has so much good content, but I don't know what it is, but I just struggle with the controls a little bit. And if you've seen some of my early access videos, or even my not my dream house, the worst house ever video that I tried to build, you will see that I do struggle with it. Also, if you watch the 4 Simmers, 1 iPad, that one's really good with Rachel, Luke, and the girl who games. You'll see what I mean when I'm not great at building in that game. But that is going off topic. So you can see here there's kind of like a living room area with the fireplace there. You can go in, you can place in roofs, you can change the colour of the roofing, and you kind of get full control over how the exterior looks of your place. When we go in here as well, I spent a lot of time on this, to be honest. I really couldn't decide what wallpaper I wanted, so I've kind of been hopping between placing things in and placing down, like furniture, the walls, the floors, all of that fun stuff. But I think it comes together quite well. We've got a nice hallway as you walk in there with some wooden flooring, and here now you can see me kind of popping in things like a TV, the table stands as well, which you can place things on top of. Now this fireplace that you see lets you learn more about your family legacy and your current family as well. So that has to kind of stay in your house somewhere, but it is a really nice item. So I believe, at least what it looks like I'm doing on the screen, I moved it into the bedroom because I thought that was a really nice place for it to be. And like I said, as you level up more, you can add more rooms to your house, pay to expand the land so you have more space to build. And you're not as limited then about the constraints and land that you have to build in. You may also notice that there's another thing there that's increasing. It's currently on 675 in the top right. That is our legacy score, and that's just there for a bit of fun and a bit of healthy competition. It doesn't necessarily give you many benefits, but you and your friends can compare your legacy scores, and the person that obviously has the higher amount has the better house, has the better legacy going, and it's just their way of, I guess, adding in something a little bit more fun if you have that competitive edge to you. And you can see my legacy score isn't that great in the game, but that also increases as you get heirlooms. So when Sims die, or even when they retire now, and then that gets passed on to you. So that's pretty awesome. So there's lots of different categories. You can see there's just tons and tons of objects. You've got kitchen, you've got the living room, so many options. So you're not actually tied back. Even though it is going to be the first launch, there's plenty of content. It's not like there's not much to offer. So I think it's going to really offer a solid experience and a really good base, I guess, to build from. And oh my gosh, I don't know why my phone is making noises, because I swear I put it on mute, but apparently not. So we'll forget that one. And one thing I love is these corner units you get in the kitchen. How cool do these little glass bits look on the end by the door there? I think they are one of the best objects in the game. They just look really, really neat. And it just seems like a lot of detail has been put into it. And that's something I've noticed while I've been just experimenting around with the build features that you get in the game. And everything matches. That's always good. A lot of the objects you get match really well together. It's not just a random mishmash of items that don't look the same. You can recolor them as well to keep them from preset options, like in The Sims 4, and change it from there. So you can see I've placed in another corner piece there because I loved it so much. So we've got a living room going. We've got a really basic looking kitchen even. And you can see what I mean when I say it's not the best house. It is just very basic, but you get to have a really good look at a lot of the furniture in game here, which you won't have access to straight away. You will have to play through the game, get your level up a little bit more, and also save some simoleons from when your Sims are working, or even for some of these items invest in the in-game currency as well. But like I said, that's mainly for decorative purposes. Now, one thing I do really love is, if you see in the background there, is the red walls and the wooden flooring that I've got in the bedroom there. I just think it's just a really warm atmosphere. It just looks nice. And it's one of my favourite rooms I actually make in this build, if I'm going to be honest. It's just really... it's just really nice. So you see there, I kind of just tapped out of build mode there. That was one of the things that feedback-wise were a bit annoying at first. When I was kind of just tapping, trying to change rooms or do other things, build mode just kept quitting. And with the new user interface they've got, it's a lot better. They've also put things into collections, and it's just really, really good and looks a lot more better and modern than what this is here. But at its core, the functionality is still very much the same. So definitely let me know in the comments if you want to see a comparison video. I plan to do that anyway, but it'll be good to know if you really don't want it, let me know. I can always focus on something else, as I do have early access to the build. I'll also be doing things like a live stream regularly, showing you off the Sims Mobile, and I think that'll be just something fun to do, so you guys can take a look at the game before it's released and let me know what you want to see, because that's why I have access to this, so I can feedback your thoughts, I guess, and make the content that you want to see. So I always take your feedback on board. Now you can see here we're making like a wedding area outside. One of the quests at the beginning, at least one of the very early on quests, is to have your own wedding, get married, and that one you need to get some friends. Obviously you need to find someone that you can marry as well. And the wedding is just really, really cute in the game, and I have a lot of footage I need to still go through from Gamescom. The reason I held out was because of embargoes, and then they just suddenly crept up out of nowhere as uni was starting. So I'm getting around to it. We're getting there, just making sure it's not stuff that's already out there, it's stuff that's more useful and relevant, because I think we've worn out Create a Sim, or won't be doing any more Create a Sim things, just because there's no point me even, there's just so much of that already. And I did a look of it back in June or July. I think it was July, forgetting the dates now. But as you can see here, this is the dream house, dream bungalow. We have got a living room, a kitchen, a toddler's room, a big bedroom, which I love, and also the bathroom. Hopefully you enjoyed taking a look at the early access to build mode. Like I said, it has changed a lot, just the way it visually looks, and we'll be taking a look at that in the future. As always, be sure to like, follow, subscribe, whatever you want to do, and leave a comment, let me know what you think, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.